Pacers Knicks. Nesmith is going to be a game time decision. Even if he plays, he's not going to be 100%. We've got the spread. Pacers -2, -2.5, over under 220.5. How do you see this game going down?
I have a lot of different feelings about this game. You kind of mentioned the Knicks playing defense, right? And it almost happened like by accident because what I noticed, I went back and watched, a few of these games. The Knicks cannot defend when they have both Brunson and Towns on the floor together. The Pacers just pick on both of them. They decide which one they want to pick on, and their defensive rating with both of them on the court is 119.2. If you take off, if you take off Towns and leave Brunson, it gets a little bit better at 111.5. But if you take off Brunson and leave Towns, it gets way better, 92.1. So I think what we saw in that game is the Knicks were able to come back with defense because they got lucky. Brunson was in foul trouble. Towns was in foul trouble. They had to play those other guys, and those guys were good defensively. So I think they can build on that. I also look at the Pacers. Every game so far in this series, the offensive rating dips every single game. And if you look at the second half, the offensive rating was 87.5 for the Pacers. So I think combination of Nesmith being hurt, I think that hurts the Pacers quite a bit. I think the Knicks playing more guys is helpful because the Pacers' big advantage is their depth. If the Knicks can now trust more guys, and they can play defense, they have a great chance to win in this game. So I'm leaning towards the Knicks there. And one more thing I wanted to mention in this game is if I'm looking at the total or want to think about when I would expect points, we talked about the defense a little bit there. The time we know both Cat and Brunson will be on the court together is the beginning of the game, the first quarter, no matter what. They're going to start. So I was considering a first quarter over. The Pacers, throughout that, they started off, playing fast, but when they got the big lead, they stopped playing their game and slowed it down. And that's probably part of why they lost. So I think I've heard Halliburton mention about the pace. I've heard Miles Turner say they didn't play their game. They need to play faster. I think we see that right out the gate. Does it last for the entire game? I don't know. So what I'll leave the viewers with for this game, either first quarter over, I think the number I saw was 56.5, or I think the Knicks can win this game.
I hope you're wrong.
Pacers still can win the series.
My heart can't take it anymore, Skee. We're just a couple games away from making it to the finals. So yeah, I asked Rob. You and I just love Rob. Like we adore him. I asked him, Thunder and Pacers in this new age of the NBA with the salary cap. Depth is kind of the new big three. It feels like. What's your take on what you're seeing in the NBA right now?
Well, honestly, it's hard for me to keep up with all the new rules and the tiers or how they have for teams, but they're trying to make it, I guess, so the super teams go away and you build the teams more organically. And I can't say, you may not love it right now that you don't see your favorite players in the playoffs, but I think it could be good for the league. It'll be something where we may not see the same teams over and over again in the finals. If we got a Thunder and Pacers final, I think it will be fun to watch. If you're a basketball fan, I think you would agree. Fast offense.
It's going to be amazing. That's an amazing
Yeah.
basketball series. Like, yeah, I mean, just as a fan, I'm hoping for it. So I listen. I'm a Pacers fan. So I'm a nerd boy out on there, but I agree that the Pacers and Thunder, basketball wise, that's the best series that we want to watch. So
One more thing, Andy, before we move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
I forgot to mention, I love that they start Mitchell Robinson for the simple fact that it takes away them being able to foul him from the jump. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you foul him, you're just going to get the whole team in bonus for the whole quarter, and you don't want to do that. So I think there's some good decisions being made by Thibodeau currently.
Great job. It's $5 Tuesday. Tell everyone what you have up at the website.
Yeah, I do have my $5 play up there, and I'm gonna be. I mean, for the all access people, just keep an eye out. I will have something on the NBA game later. Maybe I'll have more than one. Then also French Open. I didn't play this past, the overnight for tonight, but I will be in action tomorrow. Some things that I like, and tennis has been going pretty well for me. So all of my work you guys can find at wt.buzz/HP. Appreciate you for having me.